On this tutorial, we are going to be learning how we can design the profile part of our FinTech app. So if you have been following us, you will know that we have been designing a FinTech app, and this is the part 3 of our app. So without further ado, let's get going on how we can get this. So basically, we're starting off with the profile picture. So for me personally, I like calculating from the left, 8 pixels per 4, 8 pixels per grid at the left side of our design. So now I'm importing the images. The image I want to use as in profile pictures. Although I have already shown you guys how to do this on our previous class when we designed for the login. So what you want to do is just play around, try fit on the image, on the shapes, try fit, try crop, and anyone that fits to your design, just simply go ahead with that. If you're worrying and if you're concerned why is it having red colors and red box, those are the grids, and the grids are also what helps in making sure that my measurements are accurate or strict and accurate on our design. So I'm just writing I net drop. Net drop is like the name of the customer. For the font size, I want to go with Gilroy. Okay, Gilroy is one of my favorite fonts. Or Gilroy Railway Trajan. Those are my favorite font. I'm going with iNet drop. As you can see, I'm placing it right just below the red line of the grading system. So after that, I am simply just going to put the welcome right up there so that the users can be able to see the kind of design that we actually try to portray. Okay, so don't forget to give a like as you're watching, and subscribe to our channel if you want amazing tutorials like this. So yeah, I'm just going, I want to make this a little smaller, like reduce the font size, because why not? I mean, why not? It's gonna make the design look more amazing. Okay, so I know this design is going to come out really nice. So as you can see from the look of our design, it is coming out good, it's coming out nice. Now what I want to do is just bring it down, because I find out this name and the design is kind of close to the timing, so I want to bring it down and then turn on auto layout. But auto layout was not giving me what I want, so I just turn it off. Auto layout them bit by bit and go by group. That is how you use auto layout. I'm going to do a full video on understanding auto layout very well on Figma, but there is no better way to understand anything on anything you're learning than to practice with it. Okay, there is no better way. So I just want to make sure that while I am resizing, this is resizing with it. So you can go ahead and just use all fixed widths. Any one that fits into your design is what you want to use. Alright, so for me, I'm just going to leave it at auto and then play around with it and make sure that everything is well responsive. Okay, so this is what we have now. Okay, as you can see, the design is coming out well and nice, really well and really nice. So we have our welcome, let's make payment, and I net drop. So I'm just gonna grab the logo, make a copy of it, and drag it into a frame, make it smaller. For now, I want to work with 24 by 24 pixels. So I'm just going to resize. Don't forget to always lock in your aspect ratio while you're resizing. It is one of the most important to do too if you don't want to have a distorted image. So as you know, design is all about playing around. It's all about playing around, and I'm just playing around and see which design will fit in best to what we have. So yeah, the name of my FinTech app is Net ND Bank, and I want to try Trajan, and I told you before, Trajan is one of my best fonts. You can go ahead and download it and use, but trying the text there is not giving. It is not giving. So what I will do next is I am going to add a bell notification icon. You can tell from it is not giving, so don't forget to give a like and leave a comment. If you have any question, please don't forget to ask. I will do well to answer all your questions. Okay, so let's continue now. Like I made mention, I want to add a bell icon. I quickly jump to my material design icon um, plugin so that I can be able to get um, the bell icon on our page. Okay, so if you are doing this, always remember to rename your frames. It will help you a lot. It will help you a lot. It will help to make sure you are keeping in track on the design that you are doing. If not, you don't your design will get a little bit clumsy. So I'm going to just add like a bell notification icon there where you can get notified, stuff like that. You have one notification, you have two notification. If you come on with FinTech app, you will understand what I'm talking about. But regardless though, I'm just trying to arrange them according to the grading system that I have laid out for this particular design. Okay, so I want to add the notification icon in a red container. So for me personally, I'm going to use the frame. So I added the width. The width 32 is of course too big, and then we're working with red. Align it to the center and align it to the middle. I will give it a font size of I think I later worked with two. Two is better. On border radius is definitely going to be bigger because I want it to be small. I want it to be small. Okay, so this is it, guys. We just keep going and going and my font size is getting a little bit slower, but like I mentioned, it's about your design. So as soon as I get what I want, I'm going to reduce the border radius, the corner radius, because one is definitely not going to work. Okay, so I'm just going to keep quiet and then allow you to wash it through. So for now, we're done with the design, and I want to include other things on our design. Okay, we're done with the bell notification design. I'm trying to see if I can add some stuff to the design, like the available balance section, the amount section, the available balance section. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a rectangle. It's the best option I have on the table right now. Okay, so I'm drawing a rectangle. Give it a border radius very soon. So I wanted to make sure that 16 pixels is left at the right and 16 pixels is left at the left and the right. Like I mentioned, for 1 pixels is 1 box is 8 pixels. That is how I did my own grid. You can customize yours to any amount that you want. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and turn off the grid so that I can be able to get a pure of what I'm doing. Now I want to reduce the opacity so that I can have this dark faded design. Alright, I want to have this dark faded design on it. So definitely this white color, I'm going to make it black. I want this design to be coming out a little bit on whatever that we are doing. Okay, so so what I'm trying to do right now is that I want to just add the available balance design to it. Okay, and then for the font I want to use Gilroy. It's one of my favorite fonts that I like using. Okay, so I'll just put in available balance there. Okay, so I'm gonna reduce the font. I know you might be thinking I'm saying this background is not looking nice, but don't worry, I will work on the background. Now after that, what I want to do is add the amount. So I quickly went into my browser and searched for Naira symbol, and then I copied it back to Figma and there pasted it so that I can be able to use the exact Naira symbol and not the hash symbol. So all in I need to do now is align, drag it, not that. I'm just going to lock that rectangle so that it won't disturb again. I'll drag it down underneath the available balance section. I'm making it big. I'm working with 22 pixels, and the font I'm using Gilroy medium. Okay, so I am using 22 pixels. So I just want to align it, make it a little bit straight. So after that, I want to copy this shield, this green shield, but the one I have here is the padlock. So I'm just using my material design icon and I'll search for shield, and then I will import it real quick. You can use material icon or you can use iconify, but I prefer working with material icon. So as you can see, I've imported it as a component, and then I'll just reduce the size and then change the color to green. But there is something I noticed with the designs from material icon. It was giving me a little bit of issues while I was trying to change the color. Okay, so I was trying to figure out how I can change the color of material design without affecting the body, like the frame of the material icon. So that was what I did. I just played around with it until I finally um got my design. Yeah, but I'm not gonna work with this love though. I will still need to change change it. So like I made mention at the early side of the tutorial, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and leave a like before leaving this video. If you have any question, do or to comment on our comment section. So the only thing that is there is just to resize it into the size that we want. But like I said before, I'm going to change the icon later on. Okay, but for now we're going to work with that. Now as you can see, it's coming well. I just imported the eye icon for, like, it's used to hide the balance and show your balance. For example, you want to hide the balance and show your balance. So like I said, always lock your aspect ratio when resizing these things so that you will not make mistakes. Okay, now you can see our profile our home design for our FinTech app is coming in so good. So what we want to do next is um add the arrow symbol front. So I'm just using the grid to make sure that it's properly aligned and it's not too far from the amount symbol. So next, I just want to arrange everything, arrange all your design, and then when you're done, click on auto layout and make them auto layout. This will ensure that the design are always responsive. Okay, so like I made mention before, I'm going to try and do a full tutorial on auto layout on Figma, using Figma. It's one of the most important things to learn while using Figma. Okay, so now we want to move over to the transaction history section. So that is what I'm trying to achieve. Yeah, like I made mention, I'm using the font Gilroy Medium for my font size, and then after the transaction history, you need to add the add money section. So the add money section will create a text and we'll say add money, and after that we're going to use the framing method to change these numbers as your design is changing. So don't forget that. Are you together with me? So don't forget that. Now after that, we can now see that our design is coming out nice. Right, we can see our design is coming out nice. Now the thing I want to do next is I want to include the material icon design, and I want to add the arrow forward. Yeah, so I'm just trying different things because I really don't know what it's being called in material icon design for now. But I think I just tried arrow forward, and then I got arrow forward iOS. Yeah, perfecto. I need arrow forward iOS on the available balance section. I need it on the transaction section area as well. So that is just it. Well, I never knew my mic was turned off. So sorry if you were not hearing me for a while. I actually had to turn on my mic back. No. Mm-hmm. Just you can just carry drag. I'll just delete that frame because I don't need it. Now don't forget to turn on aspect ratio before resizing so that you don't get a distorted design. So I'm just gonna arrange this to align very well with my transaction history, just like the way I did for my available balance. So as you can see on our design, we are making progress. We are making massive progress, and we are almost done with the class. So I just revisited this bell section again, and I am just trying to um arrange it a little bit. So I'm renaming the frame notification frame, but then again I am playing with the design to see what I have. to see the options that I have on the design so that I can be able to know what and where to tweak and where to change. Okay, it's quite a very very easy design. So as you can see, we're getting done with the first stage of our home page. What is needed now is I just need to work on the font size and I need to work on the background side. Now I want to add this N 20% PA interest with your ideal fonts. Yeah. So after you create the text, what you want to do is reduce the font size to make sure it fits into your design. Like you can see, the font size is still very big now. But what we need to do is reduce the font size, okay? And then I want to add an icon to the end of the end 20% stuff. So I'm just trying to search for different icons that will meet my particular design. Yeah, I think this will work. Yeah, this will work. This is perfect. This is perfect. So I'm reducing it and work like 15 by 15 is very okay. Mhm. This is very cool. And then I'll just drag, just need to group and drag. So after that, what we want to do next is drag the design which we've gotten like N with 20% PA dot interest and drag it to the left. But then again, I want to make sure that the rectangle there that is having light color, we want to drop some shadow and then tweak the design a little bit. Uh, we want to drop some shadow and tweak the design a little bit. Okay. So the next thing to be done is just play around with the shadows till I will get the perfect one that is right for the design. You can try block 20. For me, I like trying with big numbers. When I see the shadows, then I'll start reducing. Then as you can see, I'm trying a very dark color before we could actually get our particular design. I think the opacity is still too much. It needs a little bit of reduction in the opacity. So what we want to do next is reduce the opacity. But I still want to tweak the shadow because I believe the shadow affects the design a lot in making it look good. So I want to tweak the design a little bit because I need to still drag the shadow to a particular section that we all could understand. Okay, so if you are following us throughout the tutorial, this has been a very amazing journey. Do well to keep following us because we'll be dropping videos from time to time. Okay, so after I noticed I worked with 10 and 10 wasn't giving me what I wanted, I kind of took the values to give me when I work, like working with a spread of 5. Still very okay, still very conducive. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the blur to 3. This is how you keep tracking your the numbers. They actually fit into your design. So now I'm just trying to just rearrange everything, make sure everything is in order for the transaction history and the arrow, then the add money, and then I want to create the end now. So I just duplicated that by pressing Command D on your Mac and Control D on your Windows, and then just change the text to N now. Then drag it closer to the arrow. Okay, we're doing great. So as you can see, this is looking good. This is looking great. This is looking great, and we'll continue the other part in our next class. For now, I will just rearrange and just do well to enjoy the rest of the video.